Hey guys, it's Casper with STAG. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the Tabletop AR app. As of about 30 minutes ago from recording this very video, we are fully funded to the tune of $28,897 of our $25,000 target, meaning that we are well and truly on the way to be getting this thing launched, which is mind-blowing. We are I'm literally at this very moment cleaning up files because things they're not messy in the current build, but it's sort of, I'm thinking there's a much neater way of formatting everything to get the memory in the app as low as possible. This is just awesome. I'm tidying things up and going to be working on the user interface to make sure everything's sorted out. Basically, that's going to take maybe 9 days, I think. I don't see it taking longer than that, and that's basically rebuilding the whole thing and neatening everything up, getting the memory down as low as possible so that will work. With the help of 523 backers, we've managed to secure enough seed money to launch this app. That's a lot of money, and it's really means the world to everyone that you guys, you obviously we put as much effort as we could into talking to everyone continually through the project. Maybe towards the end, I started to get distracted by trying to do the marketing because it was a white knuckle ride all the way through, right? If you were watching it from the start, you knew we were we were basically if you were to do the maths, we were basically at exactly the sort of percentage through the funding that we needed to be at that point through the percentage of the campaign. So on day one we were at $1,000, right? So it was like, oh, so in 30 days we'll be at X number of dollars, and it was sort of like towards the last week we literally had people like, is this going to get funded? And yes, basically that was our view as well, but obviously we've got to be more confident than that. We've got to be professional. Oh, we're definitely going to get, we're winners, we're going to win, don't worry, we're not panicking. We weren't panicking, but it was stressful because you don't know whether you should be running off and starting to do the app yet, or whether you should be waiting in case it flops. Because if it flops, then I guess the best thing for us to do is to try to get more content in there and then maybe try again. I don't know. But we're funded and above our target as well, significantly. So that is fantastic, and also now it dawns on you the amount of work you've signed yourself up for. So that's the next bit. It's going to be a lot of full days working on this now to make sure that everyone's going to be receiving exactly what they've paid for, and getting everyone this app that I think a lot of people are very excited about using. When it comes to the fulfillment, I don't know if you looked through the campaign information, so you could see the fulfillment as it's going to be, as the plan is. So the way it's going to work is within a month, the app and the flat digital designs will be being launched. The specific day isn't set. We've given ourselves a month as a hard limit, and a optimistic we overcome every challenge involved quickly and efficiently. I reckon 3 weeks. That does involve a lot of work, so that's why you have to wait 3 weeks for the thing you've paid for. That's why we have to do this through a Kickstarter, is because there's costs that we have to pay all the way through, and it is quite a lot of work to get 3 apps, because actually you have to launch it on all the 3 major platforms, obviously, launched in the stores, and then also because obviously people have paid for the apps not in the store, make sure that those people are able to download the app without, well, I mean, the worst case scenario would be that we sort of mess up and then people end up having to pay for the app and then we refund them. That's the worst case scenario. So it's about making sure that doesn't happen, making sure that people you know, it's us making sure that we follow the right processes, and then you all don't end up having to waste half an hour of your time getting a refund. Those kind of issues, because you don't think about it, but there is that kind of work that needs to happen as well. So a lot of that can be managed in the app stores, so that helps. And also, obviously, it's a lot more secure than using something like a key, because that's what people were a few people asked for in the comments on the Kickstarter. Could you not put together sort of an unlock key? Well, people don't generally use them anymore because it's pretty easy to crack open some software and figure out what the keys are because they're written in the code somewhere. Or at least a sort of a mathematical formula for figuring out what the keys will be. So yeah, it doesn't really work. It used to, but people are a little bit too savvy these days, and we just end up with our app being pirated by everyone. It's not that big of an issue, but I mean, you know. Trying to getting the fulfillment managed through the app stores is the simplest way of us going about things. So we're looking at 3 to 4 weeks for the app to be launched and for the digital files to be launched. That is sort of phase 1. So once phase 1 is completed, we're looking at phase 2, which is getting the physical things that people have bought from the Kickstarter, the professionally printed trackers especially, but also the headsets that people have purchased, the floor mats, the dice, posters, and the t-shirts. Getting those all designed. The t-shirts haven't even been designed yet, so that's part of it. Is making sure that everything's designed, high quality, printed, high quality as well, and then getting that all in mailing bags and being sent out to all the people who have purchased. So obviously that is a major project in and of itself. Personally, I'm not going to be taking part in that too much at that point, which is joyous, because I'm not envious of whoever has to sort out like 1,000 sets of target markers. I mean, it's not going to be a fun job, but the guys over in the US are going to deal with that and then get the mailings all sent out. So that's why if you're in the UK, you've been maybe charged a little bit for the mailings, because it's actually coming from the US. Despite my English voice, it is being dealt with the guys over in the US, which frees up my time in that time period to then look at phase 3. That might take up to 3 weeks again. So each sort of slot taking about 3 weeks, and then phase 3 will be the hugely generous silver and gold player backers who collectively are responsible for, I don't know, 10% of the funding. You guys are fantastic. You have also obviously purchased the right to have your very own content in the app, which is going to be, phase 3 is going to be talking like one-on-one with those guys and making sure that when I create their content, and it goes into the app, that they are as happy as I can make them with what's going in there, and that they're getting sort of the vision they have for what they want, the content they want, making sure that they receive the thing they want in there, including the gold player pack purchaser. I mean, I'm looking forward to finding out what you want. That's going to be fun. I mean, there's so many different things. I mean, it's going to be cool in and of itself to see what someone else wants with this tech, what they want to get put in there. I mean, I don't know what I'd ask for, but obviously I could just do whatever. But you know, what would I ask for? Oh, this is fun. Maybe something for a specific campaign. So that's going to be for everyone else. That's going to be like, oh, we're going to get something random and weird, aren't we? Maybe not. Who knows? But anyway. I am also in the middle of working on a new big set, which is part of the reason why I've been a little bit neglecting the weekly updates, is because I'm working on getting a big set put in there as probably post-launch, kind of a second wave. I'm thinking like sort of, so we've done the Kickstarter, then we're going to do the launch. And then we're going to be a bit quiet, aren't we? What are we going to talk to people about then? I know, let's have a really big set that we can add post-launch. Not only then have we succeeded with the Kickstarter, but we're adding more content. I think that's a good look to have. We're not stopping, we're adding tons of stuff. So I've got a bit of sort of the pre-work for getting something big put in there post-launch. Just you know, if we can do something along those lines every 3 months up until I figured out how to sort out the store, then that's a good look. I think that's the way to keep people happy with us and happy that we're continuing to work on this app and improve things. In regards to the store, I can see with the launch taking, in my mind, probably about 2.5 months to completely finish everything that we've promised people in this Kickstarter. I can see the store in the app being maybe launched this year. You're going to need to store the files of the 3D models in some sort of online space. You're going to need to be able to talk to that online space through your device. You're going to need the files in that online space to be downloadable into your phone, and for you to also be able to remove it from your phone and then download it again, basically. What it does mean is that we could potentially have an unlimited number of models in the app, that you could use in the app, because you could always download a different pack. It's about making it usable, and it's about figuring out the scripts I need for doing that. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of where we are. I will get that sort of the timeline. I'll make an image of it so that you can easily, if you're a backer or if you're someone who's interested in keeping an eye on the project, you can easily keep an eye on our progression. And then obviously after 3 weeks, if we haven't done the things we've said we're going to have done, you're going to know that we're starting to slip out of our timelines, just so everyone knows when to expect the things they've paid for. Because it would be a nightmare for me for us not to be fulfilling promises at this point, because a lot of people have showed faith in us, and sort of the pressure's been on for almost a month now to get the Kickstarter going, and now the pressure is on to get the work done. So it's kind of in my kind of in my ballpark kind of thing. So it's all like, okay, now it's my time to now it's my time to shine. We got to get this done. Where we are now versus where we were 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago, we didn't have a Facebook page 2 months ago. I can't even begin to explain. You know, I've been working on this for a year. I said I've been working with the guys, with Rhett, for 8 months now. I've been working with Brian, like the full team together, 6 months. We only set up the Facebook page 2-3 months ago, and now the pace is absolutely stunning. My mind is blown. We just got to keep this going, and also special thank yous to all the guys in our Discord, all the guys who are always you know, on our Facebook, dropping us comments, inspiring us to do new and interesting projects, and get a variety and range of contents out there. You know who you are, guys, because you help us to, by you explaining what you want, we give a lot of people what they want. So by you explaining it and then sort of us floating the idea and being like, well, that makes sense, and then us doing it, we end up, you know, 50 minds are better than 3, right? Sort of thing. So stuff that, like, game systems that I've never played with, where it's like, well, this would really work for this, and I wouldn't have known that, you know, that sort of thing. Just little things like that really have helped us to get the project looking like it's currently looking, and having the amount of stuff and the diversity of settings, etc., that are currently in the build. So thank you very much for that. Also, of course, a massive shout out and thank you for the guys over at Anvil of Wargaming. Back when we were teeny tiny, they were the first guys to give us an interview and to you know, want to have a chat with us on their channel about what we're doing. So massive love for those guys over there. They've been maybe you haven't seen it, but they've been sharing our stuff all the way through as well. So genuinely, you guys are awesome. If you're into Warhammer, especially 40k, they like their 40k battle reports, especially, are really good. They're high energy guys as well. They're a lot of fun to watch. I personally watch like all their stuff. It's really, they're a really cool channel. I'll link them down below. Also, obviously, Nerdarchy. I had Rhett's interview with Nerdarchy was maybe one of our best interviews as well. I think we really went through a lot of the details of the system. We even had a chat with a guy called The Drop Podcast, so a big thank you to him for hosting us on his channel. And we had an interview with Dawnforge Cast that went really well as well. So a massive thank you to all those guys. I will go ahead and link their channels down below so you can go check them out. Yeah, it's happening. That is the mind boggles. Genuinely fantastic. Thank you all so much for your support so far. There will be regular updates, and I will get the sort of an image with a timeline so that if you have purchased, or if you are interested in keeping a track of the project as it develops, maybe you're waiting for it to be in the store to buy or whatever, that will be available to see on our Facebook and a bunch of other places. So you'll be able to keep a track of it, and then you'll be able to see specific dates rather than a guy, say, in 3 weeks. You'll see where the mark of 3 weeks is. You'll be able to sort of set that in your calendar kind of thing. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I am having the best day of my blooming life so far. Oh my god, my project worked. I keep smiling. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.